these bulls through charging. You can do them by charging or by flamethrower. But they actually get their horns stuck in the ground. And they kind of just wobble around there like this. Oh no, what's he gonna do? You see? And he'll kind of try to flex and free himself. You know, those are great. Those little touches, the little animations that Insomniac put in for even these little plebeian enemies are fantastic. Alright, there's all of our gems.
Spyro, did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run! Run! I'm getting a little winded.
Oh, sounds pretty serious. An egg thief, you say? Let's get on that. We'll go up here and glide on over to this little section here. And that was the other thing that made this game so great was there are all these hidden sections, you know, that are just worked into the environment. You walk through here, it's not very obvious that you can get on top of that wall over there, right? It seems like you just go up these stairs. But the fact that there are those little hidden sections you can get to by just stopping, turning, changing your perspective, maybe backtracking through a section that you'd only gone through one direction. Where is this egg thief? No, he's up here somewhere. I can hear him now. Where the heck is he? Is he down here somewhere? Oh, he is. Aha! Oh, we'll jump back up, little jerk. Okay, how do we get back to that? So the great thing about it is not only does it force you to kind of really pay attention to your environment and explore in order to find the hidden areas, but it also encourages you to explore to find not hidden areas, you know? I remember so many times that I would just jump off a ledge to my death because I thought maybe there's a hidden treasure behind it, you know? Ha, I got you. And also, again, like there's this really nice sweet spot that occurred partially in the 5th generation of console games, but also in the 6th, where you couldn't be overly wasteful with your resources or anything, but you could apply collision detection to more parts of the environment and let players really open up the area and explore and kind of look around at their own will, you know? You didn't have to create such overly detailed environments that you had to reduce everything just walking down the hallway, you know? Alright, so that's 2 of the Artisan World down. Oh, I said this is my 2nd favorite and I was absolutely wrong. This would be my 3rd favorite. I am much more enthralled by the 2 levels that we're about to experience. Which would be Dark Hollow. Is it Dark Hollow? It's not Dark Hollow, is it? It's Dark Hollow, yeah. Dark Hollow and Toasty. These are wonderful levels. I fell in love with the game because of this. These are like my 2 favorite levels in the entire game. Due to the music, due to the setting. See, here we've just chopped down in this kind of, it's almost like a hedge page, or at least a garden in the night, you know? It's a beautiful, beautiful environment. We got these starry skies above us. We have these lamps providing light. Oh, it's great. Again, showing the level of detail works into the world. Watch this. See, when you actually charge into the light, it wiggles and squeaks, you know? It really made the world feel alive. So as you see, we've been using our charge and flame attacks alternatingly. The in-game logic for it is anything that's big, like this guy, you flame, right? And anything with metal is fireproof, of course. So you have to use your charge. Now, I wasn't too good at timing my flame attacks when I first played this game. So I would try to charge everything. And in fact, I would often just go through an entire level just charging, you know? And as a result, because I had very poor hand-eye coordination, or just poor video game reflexes, I would bonk my head on all kinds of stuff. But it was still fun just to rip roar around these levels. Now this kind of free roaming that I'm really praising so much. I don't want to give the wrong impression and say that Spyro was the only game in this generation to do that. There were other games, again, like Banjo-Kazooie, Mario 64.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
But I can honestly say that those games, for me at least at the time, almost had a little bit too much going on. I mean, the controls for Banjo-Kazooie, even to this day, are pretty dang complicated. Especially by the time you get to Banjo-Tooie, and just like you have to hold all these different buttons at the same time, or shoot eggs or whatever. And it was a little bit just too much for me to handle. Now here we've got this few fun little enemies, like this guy right here. This big metal guy going up and down the hall. Well, he's big, so I've got to flame him. So, but he's covered in metal. So what am I gonna do, right? I'm gonna wait for him to turn around. Of course I am. There we go. For some reason, this level reminds me of it's like a medieval version of Lara Croft's Garden. You know, it's nice, it's stately, it's posh. It's got a cool nighttime vibe to it, with this really pretty ambient lighting to it. Love it. I just love exploring this area. And there's our key for that locked chest that we discovered before. And again, so much detail worked into the world, every bit of the world. Look at this room here. All right. So we have this glowing water, right? These reflections of the water. Hey, if you look at the wall, you can actually see the light from the water is growing and fading in reflections on the wall. You know, it's not photorealistic. It's not super high fidelity of what we would expect to see now. But the fact that they didn't just paint a purple wall, they actually had these textures glowing and simulating light. It was really impressive.
Spyro, want to know a secret? Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around. Oh, your secret's safe with me.
It's also safe in the game manual. Look at that. And that's something that I still look forward to this day. When I'm playing games, as I said, I really look for games with a fun, enjoyable, imaginative world to pull me into. Which is partly why I've been enjoying playing games like Alter Echo so much recently. Even relatively mediocre games. If they present, a unique and engaging world, it's really fun to play. That's unfortunately not. And so I think it's a real travesty when game makers go into all this trouble of creating a world, but don't give you the tools you need to really explore it, like this free look around mode. This is great. You can kind of frame up, get a shot of the sky. You can really admire the grand architecture here. And look at the detail in the stonework, those filigree carvings on the walls. It's great. Again, these little touches of the environment to help add realism and believability to the world. Boom. There's wooden logs set up like a campfire. You can set them on fire. Look at that. And it actually lights the area around me. Isn't that cool? I mean, again, I understand it's not cool through the lens of modern gaming, but back when I first experienced this, I was like, whoa, Now these little chests that are purple and gold that match, the texture that we have on our very back, you see, it is the exact same spine texture that Spyro has. They contain these little Spyro statues that give us an extra life. Those aren't super important because, again, the game's not overly hard, and it had a pretty forgiving life system as well. If you died, you just restarted on that level as long as you had lives. And I'm pretty sure if you ran out of lives and you died, all it did was it kicked you back to the last hub world that you visited. There was no actual game over in this game. Which again made it very forgiving, made it very easy for a younger generation to really jump into this game. Of which I was a part. So just about finished with this world here. I think we're coming down to our last bit of gems, our last dragon. Love the music, love the artwork. Again, I can't say enough good things about them. And it's interesting to note that even though this game might be considered light on storytelling, you know, it's got a few jokes here and there, but it's not really got a strong narrative thread. It's pretty much, hey, there's a big bad guy, he kidnapped all the dragons, go free all the dragons, fight the big bad guy, you know? Pretty simplistic storytelling. But the world was so engaging and vibrant that it inspired me and a lot of others to really latch onto it. And there was a really great fan community that grew up around Spyro and wrote tons of great fan fiction, stories, tons of great fan art, all set in this world.
Big enemies like this Gnorc with the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
So this world kind of provided, like, really a jumping off point. It was kind of inspiration for a lot of people to write their own stories and to really spark their own imaginations. It was kind of just the flint and tinder, as it were, for a ton of young video gamers' imaginations, including myself. Now it's interesting that the way they pronounce Gnorc, right? Now, Gnorcs are a type of monster that's native to Spyro the Dragon. We're not going to go over to Toasty, my favorite level, just yet. We're going to go here to this quote-unquote secret level. Alright, jumping around these little stones, right? What am I doing here? You're just jumping on these stones. What are you doing? What are you doing, Spyro? What? Hey, how'd that get there? Hey! Well then, we have just unlocked our first speed round. Now, these levels were my least favorite thing about Spyro the Dragon, and in fact, they've been a staple of every Spyro the Dragon game, and they've been my least favorite in every single one. I do like the ability to fly around, but this is really it's breaking a lot of what I really enjoyed about it, which is the free open world of exploring with no time limits, no specific objectives or time limits to really hold you back. You can pretty much do whatever you want. Here you are in a timed challenge, and that was what made it so such a challenging prospect for me. And often the way that you had to complete these, usually there's only one specific